tenement tower was here, again. Zane said the manuscript of Retrun was the key to escaping. I had to get it before Scratch did.
Chosen to pursue the cult, or had they chosen me for some unknowable purpose? To be a demon, to sort the clues based on my interpretation, to change that which I observed. It was all a play. Shadows on the wall of the cave, an echo of the true events that happened somewhere else. Was I there to watch the shadows, or was I a shadow too? In a performance set up for someone else.
Room 665. Room with an ocean view. The mystery caller was back. He knew things. Wanted to meet me. The Ocean View Hotel. I would find a way there. Thomas Zane, not a poet or diver, or so he claimed. A filmmaker. He said we had been trying to escape together. My manuscript Retrun was the key. If Scratch got his hands on it on Retrun, he would be the one to get out. Can't trust Zane. Get Retrun before Scratch. Retrun is the key. Play of shadows. Zane said there was another murder site hidden in the motel. I would wipe my way there. A new Casey story, a sequel to the previous one, the return of the murder cult. I had to keep it interesting. Find a twist, a meta layer, a theater play about the cult. A play with a supernatural reputation. The play infiltrated by the real cult. The devil was summoned. The murderer, Scratch lurking behind the cult. An echo of what I was going through. To make my narrative ring true, the murder site is in the motel. I felt closer to home. Saga Anderson had helped me from the other side. She needed a clicker. She wanted me to write more. Hotel murder site. Saga Anderson helps.
The dark place wouldn't let me go that way. Alice had turned the bathroom into a dark room. I needed to get inside the manuscript.
Teens from Hollywood, from Barry Wheeler to Alice Wake. July 23rd, 2021. 12:30 p.m. Hey Alice, I'm more of a fish out of water in Hollywood than I ever was in the Pacific Northwest wilderness. The yuppies with their glow-in-the-dark teeth couldn't be more fake if they have slick fingers, and everything is so effing great all the time, even when it's in fact the opposite. More than once I've thrown up in my mouth for doing meetings with those movie exec jerks. But I gotta be here to look after Al's legacy. Everyone wants to gobble up the film rights for the Casey books, and they have moronic ideas of what to do with them. It's my duty to herd this horde of tan zombies into the general direction of something resembling good taste. I'm painfully aware of how deeply Al would have hated adaptations if they didn't do justice to his vision. He was a master of hating things deeply, for good reasons, I mean. That's why we love him so much, right? Anyways, gotta hop on another video call now to talk about casting your pal, Barry. Joined a cult, from Barry Wheeler to Alice Wake. May 11th, 2022, 9:01 a.m. Hey Alice, you're gonna think I've been replaced by an evil double, but I have joined a cult and I love it. Joking about it being a cult, kind of blessed wilderness retreat. Working with Al or the Andersons were tough sometimes, but these movie biz folk types are insane. My stress levels were through the roof. But then I was tipped off about the retreat, the best decision I have ever made. I have never felt this good and, well, healthy. The guy who runs the place, Chester, is a GD miracle worker, not the wacko in any way. I know you think I'm full of shit, but I have lost a ton of weight. You won't recognize me. Chester says I'm lucky to have ended up here, that something bad would have happened to me if I stayed in New York. I believe him. I wasn't feeling great after everything that happened, especially after the FBC creepos wanted to chat with me, enough to turn anyone into a conspiracy nut. I hope you're good over there. Come visit anytime. The wet coat is not as bad as I made it sound in my earlier mails. Your pal, Barry. Check in. Hey, June 20th, 2022, 8:23 p.m. Hey Alice, check in cause I haven't heard from you. Everything good back there? I've been trapped in non-stop meetings with no breaks. Open kimono. I have considered peeing in a mug, and lunches be damned. How do people ever get a movie made when all they do is sit in meetings is beyond me. I'll handle it. Hey Alex, Shark circling. They now want to turn what happened to Al into a movie and or TV show and or get this a video game. I told them F off. Also, in case you hear about this from someone else, a true crime writer named Tammy Booker is writing a book on Al. I hunt down her publisher and told them we will sue. It was on March 28th, 2023, 4:44 a.m. Don't worry, I got your cover. Your pal, Barry. How is everything? May 9th, 2023, 11:03 p.m. Hey Alice, everything good with you back home? Just checking in. Tried to call you, but couldn't reach you. You're probably just deep in your creative process. I know how you artists get when you're in the middle of your projects. Everything else disappears. If you call back and can't reach me, I'm doing whatever it is an executive producer is supposed to do. Still a mystery to me. Oh, and if you want me to help with anything business related to your exhibition, just say the word. Your pal, Barry.
For months after Ellen died, I didn't leave the apartment. I was flattened by the confusion, the shock, the guilt, fear. I could barely get out of bed. Barry Wheeler started visiting. He even cooked me meals. I couldn't stand the guy when I first met him, but he's a better friend than I gave him credit for. And he still checks in, even after he moved out west.
Alice's work had consumed the apartment. Her whole life.
One morning, I saw a deer soar past my bedroom window. It was a balloon of some cartoon animal. And I looked out at the street below, and I saw a little girl crying. Like losing that balloon had just ended her whole world. It was the perfect image of the horror of caring. And that's when I got myself out of bed. And I picked up my camera. There was something in the dark. Something I needed to see, to show. The more shadows I photographed and filmed, the more I felt like I was on the verge of a breakthrough. I submerged myself in it. I only went out at night. My search became obsessive, but I still had no idea what I was looking for. There's a world hidden behind ours. A dark tide ebbing and flowing against reality. Faces in the shadows. Fear of the dark is really just fear of what could be, that vast, paralyzing ocean. But photography can freeze reality in a snapshot, put a cage around the infinite and capture it. I I need to prove those faces are really there.
The full manuscript of a novel. Return. A horror story about the dark presence escaping from the dark place, taking over Bright Falls. I couldn't remember writing it. I had not written it. I would never write this. I knew who had. Scratch. A monster with my face. If this story came true, Scratch would get out, people would die. Destroying the manuscript, it wouldn't stop it from happening. I would have to fix it, edit it. I could not change the genre of the story. I'd have to work within the constraints set by Scratch. I needed someone in the story to fight the darkness. Saga Anderson. I kept seeing her in my visions. She was already in Bright Falls, already involved, but she was not in Return. Not yet. I'd write her in. Try to stop Scratch within the limits of the horror story. It was almost impossible. It was taking too long. I had not reached the end.
Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road. Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road. It's not meant for me. The meant only for you, I see. Wake up, it's only a dream on a winding road. Now that you're in my bed, in the dark chamber of my head, I flip you over until you bend this winding road. Don't you ever let me go. Forever play and pretend. Forever, never wanting it to end. This message that you send to this winding road, it's just the beginning, only the ending. Winding through just the beginning, only the ending. Winding through
The memory of my edits was already fading. Terrible things would happen if the manuscript came true. Scratch was there, at Parliament Tower, undoing my work. He could use the story to escape. He could go after Alice. I don't have time for this, so let's get over with. Tell me, was this all fake? A show?
No one said otherwise, Mr. Wake. The next time we meet, the circumstances will be very different. And you would do well to return the favor by playing your part.
I need to get back to my apartment. Can you help me?
Well, plan is half done. You asked me to make sure you won't forget mikä se valokuva oli? The light pictures. The photos you artist wife took. I'm looking forward to seeing Yötönö in the cinema. But first I work.
A bullet of light to push the darkness away.
These were Alice's photos.